Now, Philip Kingsley coined the phrase bad hair day and is the world's most respected authority on hair and scalp health. With over 55 years of dealing with hair issues, Philip Kingsley's past and present clientele include politicians, royalty and celebrities. And he joined us yesterday to help you at home with your hair problems. Let's take a look.
Now, he is the man who coined the phrase bad hair day, and I know lots of us have many of those days. He's the world's most respected authority on hair and scalp health. Trichologist Philip Kingsley joins me out here in the study. Good morning to you, Philip.
Good morning, nice to be here.
And lovely to have you here. I know Vogue, which this is just ridiculously cool, have called you the hair wizard.
That's true.
Not to mention the New York Times, the hair guru, and the Sunday Times, the hair doctor.
That's right.
And you have over 60 years experience. I'm suddenly so self-conscious about my own hair.
No, you've got nice hair. It could look a bit better, mind you.
I'm sure it could.
But it's a nice head of hair.
I like your honesty. And you are going to continue that honest opinion, because we have lots of viewers inundating us with questions for you this morning. Just before I get to those, Audrey Hepburn came to you. This caught my eye in the notes in 1974.
Yes, she was doing a movie and she was very unhappy with the way her hair behaved from take to take, and so the studio sent her to me to get her hair feeling and looking better and behaving better, because it used to flop down between takes. So I made for her very quickly the first ever pre-shampoo deep moisturizer, which eventually I called the elasticizer, because it elasticizes hair, increases the stretchability, stops the hair breaking, gives the hair volume. And she was thrilled with it. I mean, absolutely thrilled. And it's now the 40th anniversary of elasticizer, and it's won multiple awards worldwide. And Audrey used it, and from then, 1974, until the day she died.
Wow.
And I knew her really very well. And she sent me loads of people.
Of course.
Because, I mean, the amazing thing about Audrey Hepburn is that she's actually an iconic name more now than she was when she was alive.
And isn't often that the case? It seems so sad, but it is quite often the case.
Yeah.
We can now get our hands on the elasticizer, and we'll get to that before we let you go this morning.
Okay.
Elaine Hogan has a question, and I'll fly through this because it's a pretty long one. I'm 33 years old, and I've always lost a little bit of hair in the shower while brushing my hair, but since having my last baby, who was 2 last month, it's gotten much worse. I know pregnancy hormones might affect it, but this isn't the problem 2 years on, surely. It's thinning, it's fine. What can I do?
Very interesting question, because first of all, thinning hair in young women is very underestimated. It's a huge problem, and there's many women that lose hair as men. They don't go bald like men, or very rarely.
But it becomes finer in texture.
It becomes finer, exactly. You've hit the nail right on the head, because what's happened there is that the hair obviously has become thinner in diameter. When it becomes thinner in diameter, it doesn't grow as long either, and her hair probably doesn't grow as long now as it used to. Most women, or 50% of women, have what's called postpartum hair fall. That's hair fall after having a baby.
Yes.
And it all regrows, or should.
It should all come back.
Yeah, should all come back. With her, it hasn't come back. So there's some sort of hair follicle metabolic problem that's causing her hair to not have the proper hair cycle, the proper hair growth cycle. And what she should do is go to her doctor, or look up my website, but go to her doctor and have some blood tests testing her iron levels.
Really?
Something called ferritin. Ferritin is an iron level which is stores of iron that helps to produce hair cell protein, and it has to be over 80 because it's the optimum for hair growth. You should have a thyroid tested, because after pregnancy the thyroid goes sometimes a little bit awry, and it could definitely affect it.
Okay, so that's something to consider.
Hormonally could be affected. And it's a big problem, because a 33-year-old It's very young.
She's still a young lady.
She must be devastated that her hair's thinning. But I used to write a column for the London Times for 9 years, and I wrote a column called one article called "A Taboo Subject," and that is hair loss in young women, even younger than 33. And the response I got was extraordinary.
Really?
It's very, very common, and young women should have blood tests. There's no point in going to buy something that says, I'm going to make hair grow, because there's no such thing.
Mm-hmm. And what about all those products on the market, you know, hair and skin vitamin packs?
Well, some of them are okay. I make a specific one called PK4 Hair, and it's pure protein.
Okay.
Of course, hair is protein, and you need to boost the hair follicle with protein. So the most important meal for the viewers watching this is
Tell
breakfast.
us, we're all listening.
Breakfast. Must have protein for breakfast.
Okay.
Because it boosts the growth in the hair follicle. And the second most important meal is lunch. Now this young lady, 33, with a 2-year-old, she's probably rushed off her feet. She probably doesn't eat the breakfast she should have.
Too busy giving her child the breakfast and not worrying about herself.
And then she rushes the day, and she probably doesn't have a decent lunch. And she should look at that. And viewers listening and seeing me should look at their eating habits as well. But there are certain supplements that could boost hair growth.
Okay.
But not where there's no hair.
Of course.
What it would do is improve the diameters of the hairs, that the diameters have got thinner. I call it reduced volume, because it's not necessarily reduced numbers where the hair gets finer and finer. And they think, oh my God, I can't do to my hair like I used to. Audrey Hepburn did that. Not that she was losing her hair, but they were using the wrong products on her.
Of course.
For this particular
Well, you have
movie.
given us lots of food for thought this morning, literally. Changing our lifestyle and thinking about our iron levels and everything else. Reds in Dublin and Hugh Campbell in Limerick are the first salons to stock your products.
Yes.
And lots more to come, I believe.
I believe so, yes, I think.
Well, we look forward to hearing it. You'll have to come back one day and answer lots more questions, because they're flooding in. You're going to be a popular guy. Philip Kingsley, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
It's so nice to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break now, but there is plenty more to come here on Ireland AM, so stay tuned and we'll see you in a few minutes.